Okay, good. Good evening, folks. Good evening. Welcome back once again to Pentiment. Hello, Cham, welcome. How has the day been? It's been steady. In the office, because I've got to do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday this week, because, hey, I've left all my office days till the last minute again, which is problematic, and I should really take heed of this, because on Friday, I was planning to do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, have Thursday off, go to the office Friday. And then I got a medical appointment crop up on Friday, so I was okay, I'll just change my day to do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And then I got a phone call this morning to say, oh, we're going to fit your boiler on Thursday if you're free. I'm like, oh, that's yeah, come on down, the sooner the better. The sooner I can have a scorching hot shower again, then happy days. Let's not put that off. But then I'm like, well, I can't be at home for that because I'm in the office. And I can't cancel my day now because I've got to do the last 4 days. I mean, if I spoke to my manager and said, can I just have a day less this month? She'd probably be fine with it. But I don't want to, because I've been under for the past. I've been under July and August and June because of my illness. September I was fine. In October I want to be fine as well. So yeah. My mother's going to have to be on her toes, you know what I mean, when the people come. And my nephew's here, so I'm going to instruct her to tell him to make sure that he's awake and present when the people show how to work it and how to use the new digital thermostat and all that kind of jazz. Because I won't be there to take it all in, you see. And my mother, it's not going to tell my mother because she'll forget. So my nephew's going to have to step up here in my absence because I can't take the day off. And then I got a letter through in my emails at 4 o'clock to say, oh, also on Thursday, I've got a pre-assessment for my endoscopy. They want to do they've got to have a pre-assessment, which makes sense. They're sticking something down into your inner regions, you know. So it's, you know, they're probably going to ask you if you want sedation, which I clearly don't want sedation. I said this yesterday. Don't sedate me, just stick it in. Use the, what's it called, anaesthetic mouth wash thing or whatever. You swallow it and then it's the most awful. You know what? I actually found the fact that having the anaesthetic drink to completely numb your entire throat was actually more disconcerting than having the damn camera shoved down, because you suddenly just can't feel yourself swallowing. It's awful. So yeah, I'm like, yeah, I'll be like, just give me the anaesthetic mouth gurgly swallowy thing. Liquid, that's probably the correct term. But don't sedate me. I don't want sedation, thanks. I want to drive back for a start. And so I've got to have my pre-assessment where I've got to tell them, of course, I'm on blood thinners because, hey, if they scratch me internally, that's not a good sign, is it? So I think I've read that I have to stop taking my blood thinners 24 hours before. Don't know how true it is, but I'll have to discuss this on Thursday, won't I? So yeah, I've got a pre-assessment Thursday and boiler men coming. Maybe boiler lady, you never know. The boiler people coming on Thursday as well. Sort of like, yeah, of all the days that I would really like to be at home, Thursday is one of them. And I can't be at home Friday. I can't be at work Friday because I've got a proper hospital appointment, so I can't really go to the office from 7 until 9. And then go to the hospital. It's like a waste of time, isn't it? Might as well go from home. So yeah, busy week all of a sudden. Whatever else is going to, what other appointments can possibly occur? Anyway, that's my little rant over. Oh, Flim Flam. Veilguard reviews are out. 80 on Metacritic. 80? It's not bad. It's not spiffing marvellous, is it? But when is it out? When is it out? Is it out Friday? Anyway, hello Thomas. Welcome. Good evening to you. Good evening to you too, Sculptor. It's afternoon where you are. Taria, good to see you. Good evening to you. You've got a boiler service. It's the season to be boilered. And Shelley, Good evening, Shelley. Good to see you. Look, I did my best with Latin. I did my best with Italian, but look, I'm a typical English fella, right? I speak one language. And if I can't speak your language, and I want you to comprehend, I'll just shout louder. Because that always works. If I was born in the Netherlands, I'd probably be able to speak 3 languages, because that's what the Dutch are good at, aren't they? They speak many languages. They teach them many languages in school. Us English folks, no. Speak English, only English. And if you don't speak English, tough. we are terrible. Honestly. The collective we. I know a little bit of French. And I know a little bit of Punjabi, okay? That's as far as my multilingual skills go. When I say a little bit, I mean I can pick up loose words, maybe pick up a sentence based on picking out key words. That's about it. I've tried to learn Spanish because I took Spanish lessons as an aside, and that lasted all of about 2 weeks. Also Latin. When I was younger, right, I was never into learning languages. If I was at school as an adult now, I would do so many things differently and pick so many different subjects. Knowing what I do now, based on what I knew when I was picking my languages to study, 14. I'm going to do geography and music. No, you idiot, don't do geography and music, you're never going to use them. Do drama for a start. If I was to say what was one of my biggest regrets in life, not that it stops me from taking up drama now, was that I didn't do drama at school. Because I was really good at drama up until year 9, and the drama teacher was like, "Are you doing GCSE? You're really good at drama. You're really good. You always capture the audience and blah de blah de blah, make people laugh." I was like, "No, I'm doing music." And I did music, and I never touched a keyboard ever again after I finished my GCSE exam. Never. Just give me 1 second. Just have to respond to this message. We're going to get started very shortly. I have eaten my dinner, which is why I'm a little bit later than past, because I want to eat and get cracking without any interruptions. There we go. Right. Never took to do drama. I did research last week, funnily enough, drama school, acting classes, all this kind of jazz, and I found a couple, but I was like, I do want to take the plunge. I really, really, really think I could be quite good at drama. I love role-playing, I love making a fool of myself. I don't know if I could do any serious acting. Maybe I'd have to stick to comedies or something, Amateur dramatics. I'm sure, I'm telling you, I'm not just saying this, but when I used to do drama, and we had, honestly, we even when it wasn't drama, we had in English language, right? We had the English language and English lit at GCSE. In English language, we had to, for whatever reason, we had to do some kind of I can't remember exactly what it was, but we had to do some kind of a performance. And I just remember and I'm very good at improvising as well. So we all learn a script, and I'm like, we're going on the script. I just went off on a tangent, and the whole class were in hysterics. It was great. I can't remember what the hell it was about. And then I think I mentioned it in a Christmas party stream. I can't find it. I wouldn't do it anyway because there's probably still serving officers. But when I was in police training on our last day, we all got dressed up, and we did. Well, I got dressed up, and we did Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Well, it was based. You had to do something based on police training. So it was Snow White. I was Snow White. Imagine me as Snow White. I had the wig on, I had a bathrobe on, I looked the part, I had lipstick on, and the 7 ASBOs, basically. It was 7 different criminal offences with the dwarves. And to say that, again, everybody was in hysterics. So I think I'm missing my calling somewhere here. I could be I could be, you know, on the red carpet if I just take the plunge. So yeah, if I could find it, I know roughly where it is, but it's on a CD, and I don't have a CD player now. Which computers have a CD player? But as I said, not only that, but because it was police training, it would probably going all over the internet would bring disrepute to West Yorkshire Police. And second of all, there could be, and there probably will be, my fellow trainees that were there at the time. Some of them have left the police, I know this for certain, like myself included, but some of them probably will be still serving police officers, if not like police inspectors by now, you know. The last thing Inspector so-and-so wants is seeing themselves on YouTube from 2010, you know. No, 2007. That's when I joined, Jesus. So yeah, biggest regret. But it's not, as you say, it's not too late. And I have been researching, going to looking at drama in schools in Leeds and drama classes and stuff. So yeah, it's not me on the realms of ye old possibility. Perfect. As the music stops, we shall begin. Crazy Canuck, welcome to you, Chris. And Liv, welcome. Right, so as we left off last time, let's dive in. Andreas Mahler, what was he doing? I mean, don't get me wrong, books, if you love books, you know, happy days. But to risk your life, going into a burning abbey to take out a few more extra books? Either he wanted to kill himself on purpose, or he's an idiot. Was an idiot. I mean, we played as him for many escapade. So yeah, he's an idiot. But he's not an idiot. He's a clever man. You know, languages, Latin, art. He had it all. What the hell happened? I'm still gutted that he's dead. Honestly. Talking of drama. We are in charge now of little Sweet Bobby. Oh, I've seen it. It's that Sikh couple, right? Where he's like a catfish. I haven't watched it, but I've seen the trailer for it. Me and my mate would debate whether to watch it on Saturday. We're like, nah, we're going to watch Batman instead. The original Batman movie. You must watch it. Oh, is it that good? Because we were umming and ahhing. If you're saying it's a must watch, then I'm going to watch it on Friday. What if you were still Andreas in a mask? Then I would be very happy. Right, let's just refresh ourselves of the journal, shall we? Otts. The Patterson Batman? Yeah, it's great. No, Liv. Not the Patterson Batman. Nor the Val Kilmer Batman. Nor the flipping George Clooney Batman. The Michael Keaton Batman. Yes, the original, and I would argue best. You know? Although watching it back, I've watched this film many times, and I've said it before, you know, my two favourite films, Batman and Mrs. Doubtfire. I did watch it back and thought to myself, do you know what? Yeah, clearly it's not, you know, when you notice the action scenes, there's not a lot of action compared to like the later Batmans where there's all the spinning and kicking and, you know, choreography. Is, well, very simple. Kick, punch, buff, baff. There's none of this kind of fancy-schmancy. It was just real, which, to be honest with you, makes me think that's actually better, because as a child, you know, you see Batman of the modern Batman spinning, twirling, bing, bing, bang, bang, bing, bing, taking on 15 people. You think to yourself, oh, I can't possibly do that. That's ridiculous. Whereas the original Batman, you know, suit on, kick, bush, bish, bong. You think to yourself, I could do that. He just kicked him over, punched him, a few toys. It's believable. Yeah, I do like Michael Keaton. Yeah, In general, I've watched a lot of his films. As I say, that film where he lost his memory, or was losing his memory. Cham, you knew which film it was talking about. You named it last time. That was a brilliant film. Brilliant film. You've got volleyball in a few hours, Chris. Good luck at volleyball. Tim Burton never read a Batman comic before he made it. And actually, yes, the Adam West Batmans, well, I loved them. I absolutely loved them. Adam West, Batman, and Robin. The sound effects, bing, boom, bing, the kapows and the blams. Oh, it was great. That was my childhood, watching that. I could only watch that when you were off sick from school, you know, because it used to come on in the daytime. So if you were off sick from school, there were certain programs that I would watch, you know, Good Morning, This Morning, whatever it's called. And this flipping camera is not in position. Yeah, and that was one of them. And the narration, the over-the-top narrator as well. At the end, you know, used to end on a cliffhanger every week. Happy days. I might have to YouTube that and see if I can find some of them, because they're probably shockingly bad now, but they were class when you were a child. Right. Anyway, I digress. Powerpuff Girls, Totally Spies. Next one. Another big family favourite, another big childhood favourite of mine, Power Rangers. The original couple of series, not this 50,000 spin-offs. You know, the original. Rita, Repulsa, Bulk and Skull, Billy, Kimberly, Zack, Trini, Jason. Look at that, remember them all. Yeah, I used to spend many a time in the street with my friends pretending to spin, kick and, you know, happy days. Anyway, we are digressing slightly. Let's get to the game. Ott said Dad was looking for me. I need to grab the mural plans from the workshop at the house and then head to the rat house. They should be sitting on his workbench near the printing press. Okay, so we are Mags? She didn't like that, did she? Magdalene Juckering. I've got an empirical mind. I'm well read on nature, plants and animals. Keen ability to think through and process information. I'm going to have to put my brain into gear to roleplay as her, aren't I? I've got an empirical mind, me. Very empirical. I can think and process info. Puzzles, not a problem to me. Because I'm Magdalene. Puzzles, I love them. Riddles, riddle me ree. Yeah. Okay, Magdalene, you've got high hopes. I'm afraid I'm going to have to let you down. Right, Tassing. Drucker house. We are off to the Druckers. So here we go. Sister Gertrude is still with us. Ott Zimmerman, son of Eva, and the late Otto Zimmerman, born just before the revolt, stepson of Black Till, member of town council. Yes. And glossary. St. George. 2nd century Praetorian Guard and patron saint of England. He is most well known for his legendary victory against the dragon. All this time, I never knew St. George was a Praetorian Guard. The patron saint of England? I didn't know this. I didn't take history at school, clearly, obviously. Right, okay. Oh, I didn't know that. I've learned something new. Again, what did I learn? What did I learn last time? I learned something new last time that was like a revelation. Was it in this stream? Was it in Crusader Kings? It was in a recent stream. Somebody mentioned something in the chat. It was like an epiphany. Like, what? It's happened again. If ever that comes up in a quiz show, and I'm on television, I'll know the answer. I knew the whole dragon thing, but I didn't know it was a Praetorian Guard. Right, what's this? This is a basket of nothing. Flowers, shrine of Saint Satia. Martha especially likes to leave offerings. Who's Martha? That's Martha. Not her. I know what she looks like, but who is she? Who is she? Who's this Martha? Agnes gathers chamomile here every year to prepare her cures for the coming year. Chamomile tea. Disgusting. And way back about 4 years ago, I think it was 2021, maybe, and I got that. Do you remember it well? I got that advent calendar of herbal teas. Right after I got my blood clot situation, I was like, I'm swearing off caffeine and on. So it must have been 2022 or 1. When did I get blood clots? I can't remember. 21, I think. And in that was chamomile tea. And I'd never had chamomile tea before, ever. And it was like, oh, it's nice and soothing, relaxing before bed, chamomile tea. And I smelled it and I thought, oh, it smells good. And then I took a sip. Horrid. Oh my God, horrid. Damn, they never rebuild the monastery. Look, what am I looking at? This? What's up with that? These have changed. Are my gaming mugs still around? My gaming mugs are perfectly intact. Some of them. The Godam mug, handle broke. Mother did it. Isle of Dee mug, gone. I don't know what happened to that. Probably smash. I've got my Metro mug. I've got my Deus Ex mug. I found my Loki Doki mug. It was one of the first mugs I got. I've got Stardew Valley mug still. What other mugs did I have? Pillars of Eternity mug. I think they're the only ones I've got left. I was thinking about this because, as I say, literally only about 4 days ago I found the Loki Doki mug. I thought, oh, I still got it, and the Stardew Valley. Right, touched the back of the cover. I'm like, oh, they're still here because I've not seen them for ages. And I'm like, oh, there's been so many game series since I last made a mug. I'll have to start again. But I'm thinking the next mug that I get should be reserved for a special occasion, and that will be the completion of Baldur's Gate 3. Baldur's Gate 3 mug should be on the list. But yeah, I love a good mug. I love a good mug. Mug. Just obviously it's a hazard of them breaking around here. And not by my hand, might I say. Right, anyway, what we're saying, the leaves have changed. Autumn is upon us, just like outside. The leaves dropping on my car. Leaves, sap, and I've got a white car. And it's filthy because the leaves are constant, because I park, we've got a massive tree outside the house and I park on the road and it's under the tree, and it's spring, sap. Sticky sap all over the cars, and then in autumn, just leaves and crap. Horrid. It looks disgraceful. Never am I having a white car again. Nice to see some green. Horsehound is one of the few plants that grows all year round. Right, we're not going to Smokey's house. We're going to get our plans. We're in a rush here. Let's go get the plans. We'll go to the Drucker's house. Druckers. We'll leave the church alone for now. We'll leave the mill alone. I wonder who's running the mill now after that whole debacle. I wonder if the miller got locked up or dealt with for killing somebody, you know, right in front of a whole crowd of witnesses. Right, what we're looking for here. We're not looking to go to bed, that's for sure. Right, we've got upstairs. Oh, upstairs. We've never been upstairs before in here. Alrighty, here we go. La 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 la. This is my house, right? Where's the plans? Thought I was supposed to be getting some flipping plans around here. Have I misread? She's got an empirical mind, but she can't find the plans. Right, okay. I thought they said it was going to be on his desk. But it's there. There we go. The Rat House mural sketches. I think this is what my dad wants. I think these are all of the plans. What is this part of the plans? Stop. Uh-oh. We know what this means. Somebody's gonna die. Part 3. Dark Souls along with the... Isn't Dark Souls supposed to be like really tough? You're playing it whilst watching the stream. Is that how good you are at gaming, eh? I can play Dark Souls with one hand whilst watching the stream. Sipping on some wine. Right, okay. We've got problems. Trouble in paradise, perhaps. Stop. Huh? Yes. What would our thought be? I mean, it is a nice, quite a right out there colour. We don't have an ink like this here. At least I don't think we do. Well, whatever. I'll bring it just in case. Alright, I better get these over to the rat house. Go to the rat house. Whenever I see that word rat, it just reminds me of KCD. This is the first time I ever came across one. Right, I found the mural pans and a strange note. I should ask Dad about it later, but right now I need to take them to the rat house in the North Commons. Am I a fan of Lego? No. Not a fan of Lego. I mean, no. Is the short answer to that question. I'll keep it short and sweet now. I do what I really enjoyed at school. It wasn't Lego, but in like technology class, you used to get the black rods and little bits of Lego with the holes in it, and you could make stuff like cars and things. It wasn't Lego. Was it Meccano, maybe? No, Meccano was the strips, right? So what was it? You know, you used to get like a box with a glass top or a clear plastic top, and it had all different components. Connects. It could be. I don't know what they called it, but I just used to remember. Used to get like little black poly things. Some were that big, some were a little bit bigger, and it had all different kind of pieces. And you could just put stuff together, and then you get a load of different cards, and you follow the instructions, and you'd make things. It was mobile. Might have to. Let me see if I can. I don't know if I can Google it now and see what it was, because it was really mobile. Is that what it was called? Mobile. Searching. Mobile is a petroleum brand. No, that's not the mobile we're after. Can I find it? No, it's not Connects either. Oh, I'm gonna have to rack my brain to figure out what it was, but it's none of those things. None of those things. Bloody Christmas parties trying to flipping sort out here. I do apologise. Right, after all these decades printing, the shop isn't crowded with any tools. Yeah, Lego is all the rage nowadays, isn't it? It really is. Right, Central Town, North Commons. And I'm pronouncing it correctly, which is a minor miracle because I never pronounce anything correctly. Usually. Hey again, Mags! Oh, she... Now that he's with his mates, he's showing off. This is what people do, isn't it? Mag's not looking best impressed. Magdoan, not looking best impressed. I'm at it now. Are you serious? I just told you not to call me that. And what are you all doing out here? Don't you have better things to do? What business is that of yours? Not me. All my work's done, Mags. What do you care? It's not like you've got important work to do. Pick a background that will affect... Oh, we're off again. We're back to square one, it seems. Right, a tinkerer. Magdalene maintains and tinkers with the press and type, and sometimes works with Baltas. Magdalene can handle anything connected with household or animal work. Bookkeeping. Proficient with balancing numbers and general accounting of data and information. Empirical mind screams bookkeeping to me. I mean, animal work. She's read an animal book. Household chores, domestics. Tinker. Yeah, she's worked in a press. That could be something. But I'm thinking bookkeeping. I mean, I don't know why. How useful is bookkeeping? Tinker's pretty cool. Balancing numbers, general accounting. Definitely one of these two. The Tinker Lady. The Tinker Lady. I don't know. How useful is bookkeeping going to be as we go through this chapter? Tinker, I could see there's probably been a lot of more scope for being good with tinkering with things compared to bookkeeping. Hello, Hall, welcome. Good to see you. My Monday is going pretty swimmingly. Do you know what? I've had I don't want to curse things here, but I have had a productive day. Got all my tasks done at work, worked in the office, came home, and then exercised, which I continually put off because my body doesn't want to comply at the moment with exercise, but I'm forcing myself to do exercise. So I exercised, was quite limbered up, felt quite good. Did my exercise, half an hour. And then, and here I am now. I've kept myself nice and healthy eating today, so I thought, you know what, this is the countdown to Christmas. I'm going to be healthy eating now, keeping the weight off a bit. I still need to lose 5 pounds, and I'm going to be disciplined, get back on the exercise regularly, because every time I started exercising probably about 5 times, and every time I've started, something happens. Either I get an injury from football, or my leg's been hurting, or something's happened, or I've had a relapse with symptoms, and I'm like, oh. So I thought, sixth time lucky, So we'll see how I feel tomorrow. But today I'm feeling marvellous. I'm feeling fantastic. Right, we need to pick a bookkeeping, tinkering. Bookkeeping, tinkering. Bookkeeping, tinkering. Bookkeeping, tinkering. I'm going to say bookkeeping. I can't say how it's going to be useful ever in this playthrough. You never know. But she's got an empirical mind. She's very nice and sharp. Balancing numbers, accounting, data, information. She's on top of it all. She can do it in her sleep. Double bookkeeping. Bing, bing. Double bookkeeping. I can do it all. Says Magdalene. Not a problem. Books, numbers. Easy peasy. I keep my dad's business running and profitable. I handle all of our orders and make sure everything's delivered on time. That seems a little more important than standing around the commons in the middle of the day. Must be nice to have money. You don't have to brag about it. Doesn't really sound like women's work anyway, if you ask me. Right, no one did. Calm down, Mags. You're going to get a reputation. Too late to worry about that. She already has a reputation. Pick a background. Here we go. Barbs. Skilled at stinging, countering, and otherwise deflating people in conversation. Oh, she sounds like just that kind of person to me. Flirt? Nah, she doesn't seem a flirty type to me. Haggle? Strong negotiator? Snoop. Ooh. Oh, now. Oh, so many fun options to pick. Yeah, she's sassy. She's sassy, but snooping, I can imagine snooping being pretty useful going forward, but we're not picking things because they sound useful. We're picking things for reasons of this is how I think she is. Definitely not a flirt. Haggling? She could probably haggle if she needed to, but no, it would be between snooping, sneaking around, eavesdropping on convent, and passing gossip. Actually, that's that. She doesn't strike me as the gossiping type either. To be fair, so actually, it's as easy. It's stigging, countering, and deflating idiots like these in conversation. Yes. At least I have a reputation. If you died today, your epitaphs would read 3 shitheads who spent every morning harassing girls in the commons. Huh? Assuming you got a grave, that is. More likely they'd toss your worthless bodies on a compost heap and hope for a better return. Jesus Christ. All right, we got it, lay off. Did you get those things your dad wanted? Yes, that's why I was on my way to the rat house. Hopefully I can drop these off and start my reading for the day. Reading? What book is so important you need to get back to it? What book is important, you ask? Let me find out here for you what is important. All of them. Right, polyglot. Magdalene can't speak any foreign languages other than Italian, but she can read a little of almost all of them. Volksbücher. Magdalene is familiar with the most popular common books of the day. Assorted trivia, almanacs, common knowledge, and scatological stories. Or Reformation. Magdalene has read a wide range of contemporary books on the Reformation and Counter-Reformation. No, that sounds boring. We can speak a bit of Italian, but she can read a little of almost all of them. Trivia, almanacs, common knowledge, and scatological stories. Stories about poop. I'm thinking polyglot. She can speak Italian, which is cool. Read a little of it, kind of a jack of all trades, master of none. She's, trying to make her way through various books. Volksbücher, popular common books of the day, sort of trivia, common knowledge. Yeah, common knowledge is boring. Who wants to read about all common things? I want to read about different things, other things. Reformation is very boring. Right, polyglot it is. Don Floricel de Nicoya. Don what? Floricel, like flower? It's a knightly romance written in Castilian. Such a beautiful language. Who speaks that? People from Castile. Idiot. I've never heard of it. Right, sounds made up. Don't you read all sorts of books about trees and birds and whatever? What's this eyeglass thing? Yeah, trees and birds and whatever. That's right. People are finally writing down what they see in nature instead of copying something a Greek imagined centuries ago. Do you have any books on frogs? What? Never mind. Wait. Ots. Aren't you supposed to be at the rat house too? You're on the council. Sure, but it's pointless without your dad's plans. Let's go. Ugh, fine. Oh, there he is. Looking a bit older. Wiser, perhaps. I don't understand how we're still arguing about this. See, Father Thomas is still alive. What a surprise, because he's the murderer, isn't he? These murals should depict the truth. What we know is the truth. I don't think it's so simple, Klaus. Are you afraid of angering our Lord, Father Thomas? I think Father Thomas means that the truth is not so easily agreed upon. I don't know. I'm tired of arguing. I just want it to look nice and show what happened. Magdalene, thank you for bringing these. Maybe illustrations will succeed where talking has failed. I'm done arguing with them. I'll see you at home for supper. He's walking out. Oh, it's all right, Magdalene. We don't need to see the drawings. It's not that we don't understand what he's trying to do. I didn't realize we had upset him so much. Sounds like things got worse after I left. Well, we've been arguing about this for almost 2 hours. For all the good it did us. He hasn't budged. What's the point of talking if you can't make any progress? Magdalene, could you speak to your father? Help him see things from our point of view? We won't be that snippy. Father Thomas, I don't even know what you're all arguing about. What is your point of view? Klaus has strong, very strong opinions on how the history of Tassing of Kearsau Abbey should be portrayed. And those portrayals may upset some of our neighbours. Isn't the real concern that it's going to upset the Lord? Isn't everyone really worried about him coming here someday and seeing the revolt memorialised on the wall? You keep saying that we all disagree with him. I don't think I do. Not entirely. Well, what do you think, Jock? I know I'm not the smartest man in this room, but I know what happened to my own dad. I know what he did. It doesn't feel right to ignore what happened to him. What happened to Otto? Look, you all knew my dad. I never had the chance. I don't want to make the people in this town angry. I don't want to make our Lord angry. None of us do, but maybe there's a way to tell this story in a way that's true without upsetting anyone. So it's all very complicated, you see. Magdalene, try to get him to consider a portrayal of our history that's a little less inflammatory. Is this actually the council? Yeah, we'll time and place to be snippy, I suppose. I'm tempted though. I don't like any of these. Well, Big Jog's all right. He's takes a mick. I don't know whether we've got a playful relationship or whether he's annoying. Is this the miller's son? I think this is the miller's son. I think it is, isn't it? He's a murderer, and he's a horrible doctor. Yeah, I don't actually think it's as complicated as you all think. We need to come to an agreement or call off the mural entirely. He's been wanting to paint this mural for years. You can't tell him no all of a sudden. Then help us, Magdalene. Your father will listen to you. Fine. But only so he can paint it, not on account of your bickering like children. Now, I'm going back home. This mess has taken up too much of my day already. Oh, we've got a change of clock. The hell? Clicky, clocky, ticky, tocky. Ah, Magdalene. Thank you for bringing the drawings to the rat house. I'm sorry it was a waste of time. Those men don't know what they want. When I tell them what I'm trying to do, they get scared. Then they talk and talk and talk. They talk all day, and we're never any closer to a decision. I'm sick of it. Sick of the whole thing. Just do it anyway. Is that good advice? Dad, I'm worried about you. I know. I appreciate the concern, but I suppose I haven't been this upset about something in a while. I'll get through it. I just need time. Why is it bothering you so much? We hear of all these stories about what this place was, how it came to be. And it feels like history is something that happened before, happened to other people. But 18 years ago, we lived through something, you and I, everyone in Tassing. Everyone wants to forget about it, pretend it didn't happen. Look, Klaus, be careful, because you'll be flipping next. Pushed off a building, splatted, stabbed, cracked over the back of the head. We don't want this. You don't. No, I don't. All those years ago I did nothing. I was worried for you, worried for Benjamin and Rachel and Esther. I was so afraid that I'd lose you. I wouldn't have been able to bear it. In the end, so many people died anyway. Oh, Peter died too. I saw him get shot, but what happened to Peter? Maybe he got, what's it called? Hanged or something for being the instigator. Peter and Ulrich and Andreas and all of the others. And we lived. Dad, everyone says that it wouldn't have made any difference. If you and the others had fought, you would have died. I would have died. Maybe I could have stopped him from going to the mill. Or maybe we could have stopped the peasants from burning it down. But, we'll never know. Look, you can't change the past, Dad. I know. The least I can do is make sure it's not forgotten. Something happened here. We were part of it. I need to help people remember that. If I don't do it, who will? You're right. I wish the men in the rat house saw me the way you do. They'll come around. I hope so. All the arguing has left me beat. I'm going to bed early. Alright, well, I'm going to stay up a bit and write a letter to Esther. Who's Esther? Good. Please say hello to her from me. And her parents. I know, Dad, I know. Good night, Magdalene. I love you. Love you too. Oh, a smile. It was all fleeting. All this running around has left me tired too. It would be nice to sit down at my desk and just write for a while. Okay, got quite a lot of updates here, so bear with me. Just give me 1 second. Okay, so, when I got to the rat house, Dad was arguing with everyone on the council about what the murals should tell us about Tassing and Cairtown's history. He got so upset he left. Council asked me to get them to see their point of view. He wants to obviously represent our town's history properly in the mural. He thinks we let his friends during the revolt down and sees this is why things right now that he's gone off to bed. I should sit down at my desk to write a letter to Esther in Prague. Esther in Prague. Oh. Skilled at stinging countering and otherwise deflating people in conversation. We like that, we like that. Right, bookkeeping, barbs and polyglot. And let's have a look at the people. What's happened to some of the people here? So Apollo Gertner. Oh, Gertner. Apollo Gertner. Son of Veronica and Big Jorg. He's grown up, hasn't he? Twin brother of Artemis. Oh. Big Jorg, son of the now late Peter. And Christine is also, I wonder if is Christine dead as well? Husband of Veronica, father of Apollo and Artemis, member of the town council. Klaus, obviously, my father, still here. Esther Summerfield, daughter of Benjamin and Rachel. Jewish printers. Oh, Esther! She was born here, remember? The labour situation. At the dinner table. Very good. That's who she is. Right, carry on. Sister Gertrude still at Kraft Bauer. Oh, Bauer, son of Brigitte and Martin. Son of Martin Bauer. Is that the real Martin Bauer or the fake one? Grandson of Agnes and the late Lucky Steinauer. Oh, Lucky's died as well. Paul Muller, son of the late Leonard, and Elsie, husband to Anna and father of Andreas and Ulrika. Oh, he's named one of his kids Andreas. And Ulrika. Ulrich and Andreas. I think he's honoured the fallen here. Town Miller. Oh, he's a new Miller. A member of the town council. Father Thomas, still here, looking as fatherly as ever. And Dr. Werner Stolz, town physician of Tassing, graduate of the Albert Ludwig University in Freiburg, originally from Lower Silesia, known for his unpleasant manner. Very unpleasant. Very unpleasant indeed. So, is that all the people? Do we have all the people? We have all the people. We have all the people. Right. Our desk, I think, was upstairs. Oh no, it's down here. So, okay, no, we're down here. He's upstairs. Okay. Time to start writing here. Right. Where to begin? Ah, I should write to Esther. So Esther is, yeah, Esther's definitely the Prague lady. Sit down. Dearest Esther. Oh, I get to make a decision here. What's the plan for the week ahead? Survive. Busy week. Busy week, I tell you. Busy week. If you've been well, autumn has reached us here in Tassing at last. Or I hope you and your family are well. Dad sends his regards to your parents like usual. I think that's a good start, considering that's what we said we would pass it on. I spent the last few days collecting oak galls with Sister Gertrude. I don't suppose you have had the chance to do that in Prague. Sister Gertrude has been teaching me how to grind them into a smooth ink. It's difficult work, but you'll find no better ink anywhere in Bavaria. I'll send along a bottle with this letter. Oh, did I mention Dad started a new project? He's painting a mural of Tassing's history in our new rathouse to memorialise the revolt. The whole thing has me thinking about my own family history, past, present and future. So, I don't want to stay in Tassing forever, or the printing shop. I'm looking forward to taking over it. Ooh. I actually think we should. I think she will probably want to get out. She's well read, probably wants to experience life. I mean, this place is cursed. People are dying, or have died many times over the past few years. This whole situation, I mean, the past 18 years might have been quite nice, but the same old faces, day in, day out. Oh, the miserable Thomas, you know, Dr. Stoltz. No. I'm 20 now, it's time to spread my wings. Dad says I should take over the shop, but I want to do more with my life. Not just take over a print shop in some tiny town in the Alps. If I married a master printer, then I could become part of the Printers Guild. Then I'd be able to send my dad extra earnings and make a name for myself in one of the cities. And yes, before you break the nib off your pen, I will come visit you in Prague, I promise. I'll try to make time to visit before winter. Life has been bustling here. Dad's been busy with the Rathouse murals, so I've taken over in the workshop. I'm sure it will be a sight to behold once it's finished. Write back to me soon. All my love, Magda. Yeah, if you're going to shorten my name, Magda's alright. Mag's no chance. Good. And so, the hours tick on by. Go to bed, if you insist. Hopefully Esther writes back soon. It's getting late. I should get some rest. Okay. Been a busy day. Collecting oak things and sorting out the count. Well, trying to drop into the council and writing letters. Very busy day. Time to rest. And sleep. And sleep. And sleep. Tick tock goes the clock. Whoa! Whoa! Ah! Dad? Dad? Oh, Magdalene! Dad? Hang on, I'm coming! What the hell? What's it done? Dad! What did I say? Be careful, Klaus, you'll be next. Magdalene. What happened? Are you all right? You're bleeding. You're bleeding? That's an understatement. Blood is all over the shop. Someone came into the house. They hit me over the head. I'll get Dr. Stoltz. Try not to move. Magdalene, it's not safe. Whoever attacked me. Look, this wound is too deep for me to take care of on my own. We need Dr. Stoltz. Be careful. I will. I'll be right back. I promise. Flipping hell. Oh my goodness me. Tick-tock goes the clock. Right, where are we? Oh, he's alive! Hallelujah! Why, you're smiling. Do you know why anyone would want to attack you, Klaus? No, maybe someone didn't like one of the books I sold them. Are you sure you didn't see a shadow and hit your head on the printing press? Has he got one eye? I think he's got one eye. Come on, Jorg. You saw the workshop. Somebody was looking for something. A burglar? In Tassing? That's preposterous. Well, if it wasn't an attack, what was it? Enough. It was a deliberate blow to the head. Unless any of you wish to debate my diagnosis. No, of course not. No. As I thought. Truthfully, Klaus, I'm surprised the blow didn't kill you. You have a strong skull. It's a grave injury. Magdalene, you'll need to help take care of your father. Obviously. Of course, the mural will have to be called off now, Klaus. You absolutely cannot get out of bed. No, it has to be done. This is too important. Just give me some time to rest. I'll find a way to make it work. Oh, I don't think we need to cancel the entire project. Can't we just wait? Klaus, your health comes first. Anyway, we haven't even been able to agree on what the mural should be. Indeed, yes. It might be best to abandon the entire idea. With respect, Father Thomas, you are not on this council. Yes, just offering an opinion. I can paint the mural. What? Mags, quit joking around. I know you want to help your dad, but aren't you too young for something this big? I've been painting since before I could walk. You don't think I'm good enough? I mean, it's not that you're not good at painting, Mags. It's just... painting a mural this large and complicated will take a lot of skill and expertise. So that's why we were having your dad make it. He's been making art forever. Yeah, I agree with Paul. Klaus needs home care. You're best suited for that, Magdalene, not a mural. What's that supposed to mean? Are you sure you're up for it? Physically, I mean? It's quite demanding. You'd be up on scaffolding and could fall. Are you not listening to me? I've already been doing this work for years. I know what it takes. Dad knows what it takes. Do you? I can do it, Dad. If you don't trust Magdalene to do the mural, to hell with a lot of you. Klaus! If you don't trust her, you don't trust me. I'll never do any work for this council again. Ooh. Oh, all right. I say we let her. It doesn't look like we have much of a choice. Oh, very well. Ah, all right, Magdalene, you can do it. But you still need to talk to us about what you're doing, all right? Fine. But I'm taking Dad's ideas into account. Well, we'll figure it out. Thanks, Magdalene. Rest up, Klaus. I'll do my best, Jorg. I'll do my best. Oh, we have a commission now, apparently. Magdalene, just a moment. Yes, what is it? Your father is lucid right now, but his injury is severe. His current demeanour is misleading. Yes, I know the injury is severe. Werner, I saw all the blood. Magdalene, there is damage to his brain. He may have a few weeks, maybe even a few months left. But he's not going to survive. It's a bit... How can you tell that without machines? Silly man. No. There. Can't we just take him to see a surgeon? No. He can't be moved in this condition. In fact, he shouldn't move at all. Even if he could, I don't think the finest Italian surgeons would know how to deal with trauma like this. So, what are you saying? He's just going to die? And there's nothing I can do about it? You can make him comfortable, and you can enjoy the time you have left. But time will run out before long. Oh, I thought there's me. Oh, he survived. Happy days. Oh, he's not. Oh, well, he's kind of survived. Kind of survived. Yeah, commentator's curse. I am notorious for it. Meeting at the Rathaus, the attack. Dad needs to be able to see the mural in its finished form. But I don't know how much time he has left. Werner said it could be a few months, or... God protect him. I'll pick up where Dad left off. He wanted to paint the history of Tassing from its earliest days to the revolt. I'll start with the earliest part of Tassing's history, the pagan tribes and the Romans. Then I'll move on to the founding of the Abbey and Tassing Saints. After that, I should find a way to represent our recent history. Depicting the revolt is important to Dad. People in Tassing might know some of the town's history, but not all of it. Dad said the library in Kearsau had those records. He was going to write to the last prioress to see if she had any information. I should write to her now while I'm thinking about it. Well, let's get writing. Where to begin? Where to begin? Dad told me about the last prioress at Kearsau knew something about the old history of Tassing. He said she became the abbess of a convent in Bologna. Mother Illuminata! Look at that. She's got around, hasn't she? Yes, at Santa Margherita. I should write to her. And relax. Mother Illuminata, Abbess of Santa Margherita, formerly Prioress of Kearsau Abbey. Just get that in there so that she knows, you know. We're talking about historical links here. My name is Magdalene Druckerin. I do not believe we ever met. I was very young when you left Kearsau. She'll know who we are. You were acquainted with my father. He bought many books from the library before that terrible fire consumed the place. I'm writing because my father and I are creating a mural in the Tassing Rathaus. It's going to tell the history of our community and of Kearsau as well. We have only legends and folklore, since of course all of Kearsau's books were destroyed in the fire. I was hoping you could tell us something about the early history of the town, when the Romans were here. If you know anything about the early history of the Abbey itself, we would also be glad to hear of it. We would appreciate any help you could give, and we hope you are well. My father always spoke highly of you, especially how you cared for the sisters after the fire. God bless you. Magdalene. There we go. And now to wait for the response. We're going to get loads of letters coming in, aren't we? Like ravens coming through. Owls, maybe. If I want to finish the mural before Christmas, I should start planning tomorrow. I should head to bed and get as much rest as I can. Oh boy, here we go. Oh, what the hell? I mean, who's to say that we're not going to be next if we're going to continue this work? Right, we've got Balthazar, he is the inventor. Behind the clock at Tassing's Rat House, currently fascinated by brewing beer with exotic ingredients. Member of the town council. And so, our work begins. Kick off your slippers, like I kick off mine before a stream. Okay. Maybe she's going to have one of those dreams like Marley used to have. Inspirational dreams, perhaps. Postman? Postman? Courier? Or is this the ravens I was talking about? Ah, Mistress Juckerin, I have a few letters here addressed to you. A few? We've been busy. Take care now. Thank you, sir. Hi-ho, Silver. Mother Illuminata wrote back to me. I hope her response helps me paint the mural. Oh, look. Mistress Juckerin, thank you for your letter. I hope this reply finds you and your father in good health. I remember you both, as your father would carry you between the rooms of our library in its final years. I also remember your late mother and brother. God keep their souls. While we did have some books that discussed Tassing's past, it's likely they were as mythological as what your neighbours believe. That said, I remember one of the peasants, Tillman Krauser. Krauser? Read about the history of the town. I know he died during the revolt, but perhaps his family knows some of what he learned. I should also say it is not true that all of the Kearsarge's books were destroyed by the fire. Andreas Mahler managed to save some from the flames. God rest his soul. In the aftermath of that terrible night, cataloguing and preserving the surviving books was not at the top of any of our minds. Even so, this topic has stirred a memory within me. Several years before the fire, there was a death at Kearsarge, the murder of Baron Rathvold. He had mentioned something about finding a copy of Historia to say, a comprehensive chronicle of your home. I had forgotten about it until now because the murder dominated all of our thoughts in the days and weeks that followed. It troubles me now because I recall that the late Father Matthias was also reading a copy of Historia to say shortly before he died. We never accounted for either book's whereabouts. They may have been hidden somewhere in the library and went up with everything else. Perhaps Prior Ferenc took it from the Baron after the murder. Ferenc had an interest in books of all sorts, of course, but it seems like an odd thing to do in the moment. Then again, Only God knows what he did and why he didn't. Klaus Haberly, the Baron's manservant, believed it may have been stolen by the town thief Martin Bauer. If Martin is still alive, I would ask him if he knows where the book is. Hopefully he didn't trade it for a mug of beer on his way out of Tassing. If the man has passed from this world, perhaps his family knows where the book has wound up. As for the history of the Abbey, I fear that was also lost in the blaze. However, as sacristan, Prior Matthew learned a great deal about the subject. I have not kept in contact with him, but I know that he is now the Archdeacon of Sion. That guy looked 90 18 years ago. How on earth is he still alive? Archdeacon, no less. He is no longer a Benedictine, but uses his family name, Forsini so. If you write to him soon, your letter may reach him before snow covers Valais. Please convey my best wishes to your father. He was a good friend to the Abbey in its better years. Despite the violence that occurred, I hold no ill will toward anyone from Tassing. I pray that you have seen better days since that night, and that God forgives the many errors we made. God bless you as well, Mother Illuminati. Half drone on, does she? Really, how file. She's given us lots of things to investigate, though, hasn't she? People to speak to. Thanks. Very useful, Illuminati there. Very useful indeed. Thank you so much. And now, oh, Esther too. My dear Magda, my parents were glad to hear from your father. Please tell him they wish to hear from him soon. Speaking of... Oh, how are we going to break this news? Right, speaking of printing, your ink was well received indeed. I've made several prints with it. They look lovely on the wall. Alicia has taken to making his own ink from scraps he found around the house after he saw yours. Mother was furious when he spent several pfennigs trying to find lapis at the market. She set him scrubbing the floors for it. Took him 3 days. I'm glad you're keeping busy, even though it keeps you from visiting. Father says we'll have room whenever you decide to make an appearance. But really, if you don't plan to stay in Tassing, you ought to come sooner rather than later. There are plenty of beautiful young Christian men around town, printers and academics alike. Or maybe something else. You'd have your pick. With a face like this, you better put a smile on her face, don't you? Prague is a good city for me as well. Before the expulsion, there was a handsome man at the synagogue, Simond, who caught my eye. His father is a merchant, and he's a doctor. He went to the University of Padua. Can you believe it? I'd quite like to marry him, if I can find him again. Anyway, I think you'd have even better luck than me. The boys would swoon at a beautiful blonde artist from the Alps. Please, keep us abreast of your father's mural. We'll have to come and see it when it's finished. Blessings, Esther. Football's at 7 tomorrow, so there'll be no football stream. There'll be no pre-football stream. It's a bit too early, that kick-off. Right. The girl in the green dress looks high. She's smoking the Lord's leaf. Oh, dearie me. Right. I'll have to write Esther back tonight. I should head home and check on Dad. Live. Right, we've got 1,001 things we need to do now all of a sudden. Hey Dad, how are you feeling? Magdalene. Sitting upright is still a struggle, I'm afraid. The dizziness makes my stomach turn, so I'd rather not eat at the moment. Are you sure? I can bring up something light, like milk or broth. No. I can't stomach anything just yet. But tell me, where are you off to? I need to get started on the first part of the mural today, the old history. Mother Illuminata didn't know much about Tassing's early history, but she did give me a few places to start. I'm going to ask Black Till if his grandfather told him any stories. Illuminata said he used to read about the Romans. Ah, Mother Illuminata. Ah, Magdalene. Oh, yeah, sorry, Mother Illuminata. Young Krautzer has mentioned those tales from time to time, yes. He comes by to borrow books now and then. Usually when he's found some interesting old ruins out in the fields. You might ask him about that. Il Peter's always harumphed about how no one paid attention to the old ways anymore, too. I'm sure he's still alive as well. He was about 105 when we last saw him. I'm sure he'll have some stories to tell about old Tassing. You might stop to talk to him. I didn't think of that. Thanks, Dad. Of course, Magda. It's nice to feel useful, even if I'm stuck here in bed. Nonsense. I'm just glad you're awake. You might talk to Smokey, too. The old charcoal burner seems to know more about what's in the woods around town than anyone else. That, and he's a known gossip. He's always been kind to me when I chat with him, and certainly he'll know something about the ruins. You may hear something worth your while, at any rate. I'll go and talk to him. What about the ruins or the mines? I can't just use books and stories alone. I want to explore whatever is left from the Romans and before. The salt mine and the Roman ruins are the oldest parts of Tassing, so it only makes sense to see what they left behind. Ah, you take after your mother. She was always thorough in her research. You always said that's what good artists do, Dad. Be careful, all right? I know the twins mess around near the salt mine, but I don't want you getting hurt. I don't know why Jorg doesn't keep them in line, always making trouble, those two. Pagan gods, don't worry about me, I'll be careful. Good. I still need you to run the press for a little longer, after all. Don't forget your other chores while you're running around town, all right? We still have a household to run. Don't worry, I'll get everything done. Ah, that's my girl. Anyway, I'd better get going if I want to do all of that today. I'll see you later, Dad. Good luck, Magdalene. Wow, okay, 1,001 things to do, folks. 1,001 things to do. Let's check our journal here. Right, what have we got? Tassing's early history. So, Mother Illuminata suggested that Martin Bauer or his family might have a book on Tassing's history. She also thought I should write to Matthew Kearsow's old sacristan about the Christian history of the town. Il Peter has been around forever. Yeah, literally. He might remember some of the old stories. Black Till's grandfather read a lot. And Smokey too. So so let's get our head around this. We can write to Matthew, speak to Il Peter, Martin Bauer, Black Till, Smokey Joe, the history of Tassai, Martin Bauer. That could be what Martin's got. So I reckon, kill two birds with one stone. We speak to Martin Bauer first, and then take it from there. But anyway, let's go through the list. Artemis, daughter of Veronica and Big John, twin sister of Apollo. So it's twins, male and female twins. Il Peter, still going strong, or still going at least. This is Tillman, grandson of the late Till Kreutzer, husband of Eva, father of Christina, maintains family interest in the history of Tassing. Was that the shepherd guy? Not him, but maybe the late Till Kreutzer. Was Till Kreutzer the shepherd guy? Of course, Till Peter before he drops dead. Let's see how ill he looks. Oh, he's looking as ill as ever. Perpetually on death's door, but continues to work the field in spite of it. He's the oldest man in town. Mother Illuminata, still alive. And that's everybody. Valais. A canton in the Swiss Alps. Valais. Oh, Valais. Right. Martin Bauer first, I think. Check our map. Keep clicking the wrong button. So what's this? Kreutzer House. Martin Bauer is not ticked here. So the old salt mine, got the charcoal burner. Gertner Farm, this is Il Peter, must be. Maybe we're just going to Martin Bauer's house, I don't know. Martin Bauer, that's not Martin Bauer. It's locked. Oh, but he's still here. Look, here he is, the fake Martin. And everybody that knew who he was seemed to have died, which is rather convenient for him. Morning, Magdalene. House Klaus. Enduring, even when his speech is slurred, he keeps a cheerful heart. I don't know what life would be like without him. Ah, Klaus is a good man, Magdalene. Tassing is better placed thanks to him. He's one of the few in Tassing who hasn't been on my back all this time. What do you mean? Don't pretend like you haven't heard. Townsfolk have whispered shit about me for years. So what if I occasionally get into a few brawls? I'm an honest man. I wasn't involved with what happened to Otto Zimmermann, any. I suppose I supported his cause. I pulled my weight around here, tilled the soil, salted the meats, provided for Brigitte and Kraft. I've done enough back-breaking work for this family. Can't a man just have a damned rest? Yes. We have to sweet-talk him, of course, because we want something from him, even if we don't agree. I believe you. You seem like you could use a respite. Damn right. Right, I've lost enough time to this as it is. Time for you to go. Not just yet. I almost forgot the reason I came to you. I'm trying to learn about the history of Tassing. I was told you could help. Me? What do I know about history? I heard you stole a book from that baron all those... Oh, he won't know this, will he? The Mother Illuminata told me you borrowed a book of local history from Baron Rathvogel. Mother Illuminata? Oh, you mean one of the old nuns from the convent? Sure, a book. I might have taken it back then. That was a lifetime ago. I can't remember the book or what I did with it. Those years are a blur. Probably threw it away somewhere or left it at home. Wouldn't have been much for me to do with the book. I can't read. Too unique for me to have sold too. No one outside Tassing cares about his history anyway. Yeah, maybe I should ask Brigitte if she remembers anything about it. Sure, couldn't hurt. It was decades ago. She's the one who remembers shit. Thanks for the help, I guess. If there's nothing else, I've got work to do. Until later, Martin. Oh, she knows. I've not used this option yet. I'll probably say he'll remember that. We might need him help. We might need his help later. But, we haven't been prickly at all to anybody yet. We're waiting for the right candidate to come along. Right, Brigitte. Oh, Magdalene, how are you keeping? Yes. I'm eager to continue work on the mural. I have so much to do before Christmas. I'm certain it will be the pride of Tassie when you're through. You've always had your mother's talent for art. And how is your dad? His mind is fading. I pray for him every night. As do I. Lord knows what your dad means to this town and what you mean. In some ways, after the revolt, you became everyone's daughter. Yes, that's a sweet idea. I wish the council saw it the same way. Oh, they don't mean anything by it. What the hell? They love you, Magda, but they're worried about pleasing the Lord. It's not fair to you, but it is what it is. I hope Dr. Stoltz is taking his responsibilities to your family seriously. I remember when my dad fell. We cared for him best we could, but those few months before he passed were a tough time for everyone. But I believe God will pull your dad through, whatever the doctor says. We need him. God willing, you're right. I am at his mercy. God willing, amen. Have you thought about what you'll do if your dad doesn't come through this? What's this glass icon? Yeah. We're not thinking that far ahead right now. Oh, you're right, of course. Focus on the here and now. Be here for your dad. But you're a good girl, Magda. There are any number of families in Tassing who'd be happy to take you. You have someone in mind, don't you? I promise you, I do not. Such a modest girl. Your dad raised you right. I mean, Otz, of course. He's about as subtle as his father. God rest Otto's soul. Ah, I miss him. I wish I got to meet him properly, I mean. He made an impression, that's for certain. Oh, the girls around town knew better than to moan after him. Though that didn't stop some of us. Oh, moon? 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 What, like taking your pants down, Moon? I don't think so. He was Eva's from the start, as Otz appears to be yours. But if nothing ever comes of that, know that you're always welcome in my family, Magda. Kraft's a nice, hard-working boy. He's got a sharp mind. He can provide for a family. Are you trying to set me up with your son? Can you blame a mother for trying? You're a good, respectable girl, Magda. Any family would be lucky to have as a daughter. I'll consider it. Put on the spot a little bit there. Thank you, sweet girl. Not every marriage starts off on solid footing, but if you pray and work and trust in the Lord, you can find it in time. Believe me. If it's not working out, how can you be sure a couple belongs together? God knows. He brings people together for a purpose. You don't need to understand it, only to have faith in Providence. In any case, I shall get back to the chores. Remember what I said. Whatever happens, you're always welcome in my home. Oh, before I forget, I actually had a question about an old book. Mine is supposed to have stolen it from that baron who was killed years ago. Do you know what happened to it? Oh. I hope this doesn't get me into any trouble, but I still have it, hidden in a drawer. That's convenient. Martin left it behind when he ran off. He went all to the... He went to all the trouble to take it, but didn't bring it along. Martin was a thief, but he wasn't stupid. I'm sure he realised no one would believe he'd come by the book honestly, so he couldn't sell it. Why'd you keep it? What was I supposed to do? The Baron was killed soon after, and there I was, holding his stolen book. I didn't want Martin to get into any more trouble than he was already in. I never read it. I don't read well. Can I have it? I don't know. I need to reference it for the mural. But won't everyone wonder where you got the ideas? I've been talking to people all over town. They'll think I get the ideas from them. Oh, all right. I'd like to have nothing more to do with it, to be frank. It reminds me of difficult times. A stolen book of a dead nobleman in our home. Perhaps it's spoiled our milk and turned our eggs all these years. Here you are. Please don't tell anyone I had this. Ah, just like that. Oh, it's in Latin. I can understand a few words and phrases. I'll take a close look in the evening. Thank you, Brigitte. You have been a big help. Oh, of course, Magda. Be well now. God bless. You too, Brigitte. Until later. Okay, so we have it. We have it. We have it. We have it. Brigitte gave me the copy of Historia Tasse. She was nervous, but eventually let me keep the book. I will sit down and read it thoroughly soon. Okay, so we've talked to Mindbower. Smokey is not a million miles away from here. He's in the woods, isn't he? And the woods are not that way, clearly. We're down here, aren't they? No, there's a farm down there. Wasn't there a way to get to the woods from here? Rosica House. Whose house is that now, I wonder? Hans Bauer Farm. Il Peter's not too far from here, actually. I might as well speak with him. Oh. Jutta, Hedy, Simon. Hey, Magdalene, how's it going? Hello, Magdalene. How's the mural coming? I hear you browbeat the council into letting you do it yourself. Wonder, is it possible for her not to give us the book? I don't know. I don't think it is, because we didn't get like a check, did we? She's very handy, very handy. She had it tucked under her clothes. Ta-da! You've come for this? Right. Oh, she refused. Okay. They didn't have a chance against me once I'd set my mind to it. I took some work, but I convinced them I don't care about the council. I want to finish with it. Yeah, I don't really bother about the council, to be honest with you. You're a dutiful girl, Magdalene. No one can fault you for that. But you're painting the rat house. I can't imagine what would have happened when I was a girl. Only those old Benedictine sisters ever did much art. Do you think they were happy without anyone around to need things from them? What a life. Except for the prayers, of course. Listening to Father Thomas on Sunday is enough for me. Anyway, good to see you standing up to the council. That Zimmerman boy seems to have a good head on his shoulders, though. Once you settle down with him, you'll have a good life ahead of you. Do we like him? Do we not like him? I don't think I don't get the impression that we do, but you know, these things, from love to hate, from hate to love, from irritation to actually, look, it's hard to think about the future with what's happened to my dad. All right, thinking about the here and the now. Oh, sweet girl, I'm sorry. My mouth goes faster than my head sometimes. Or so my Johan used to say. Your dad's only ever been a fair weather friend to people like me, but he's a family man at heart, and I can respect that. I hope he knows how lucky he is to have you looking after him. Yeah. I'm sure she knows that. Thanks, Eddie. I'll see you later. Until then, thanks very much. Bye-bye. Simon. Hey, Magdalene. I heard what happened to your dad. How's he doing? Resting. He suffered a severe blow to the head. I'm worried to say the to say the least. Hans sends his regards. The Bauer household is praying for a swift recovery. Thank you, and thank Hans and Jutta as well. I will. Klaus has always been such a bedrock of Tassel. I'd hate for him to idle. To die. To idle. Oh, my back. I've had my arm affixed to my desk for far too long, it seems, today. Oh. I'd hate for him to die. It would be, sorry. It's fine. Let me put this up a bit. Oh, put it back against it. It's an old age, folks, for you. Really on fire. Everything's painful. Look, I won't allow him to die. Denial. I won't allow him to die. I won't allow it. Do you miss your father? Your real one, I mean. Do I miss him? Kind of. I don't remember Joseph all that much. He's become a haze of sorts. A faint echo, a feeling, an occasional emotion. That's pretty deep, isn't it? I was so young when he got killed. Mom said I had trouble understanding what had happened for a long time. I understand them. My mum, she's like an empty hole in my life. Nothing of her. Oh yeah. You never even got to see her. Not even a memory, huh? Suppose you have yourself a comparison. God moulded you after her. I can imagine how she could have been like. Stubborn and unruly, yeah? I'm not stubborn and unruly. You don't have to believe me if you don't want to. Anyway, the winter draws closer, so I got a lot of preparations to take care of. I truly hope Klaus recovers soon. God look after you both. Till later, Simon. Simon and Hans, Simon and Hans. Hello, Magdalene. Hello, Hans. I hope your dad recovers quickly. He's a good man. Yeah. Thank you. I'll tell him you said that. Good. This town has seen too many terrible things. We've recovered before. Maybe the Lord will return your dad to health too. I pray you're right. I'm glad you have this time with him. I say. Wish I'd had as much with Hedwig. Hedwig, yeah. Halewig. Anyway, did you need something? Kraft hasn't bothered you again, has he? Or gotten in some other trouble? No, he's been fine. Mostly. Oh, good. That boy's a thorn in my boot. He's lazy, arrogant, doesn't care for his family. He'll bring shame to the Bauer name one day. I avoid sticking my nose into people's affairs, but Martin... Anyway, didn't mean to complain. Until later, Magdalene. Until then. There we go. Go to the farm. Just stopping and talking to the locals on route. There's Big Yorg, minus an eye. I'm sure he's got an eye missing. Definitely got an eye missing there. And there's little Peter, still kicking. Well, still alive, barely. Hello, Peter. Can I talk to you for a moment? Hey, Steptoe and Son. What was he called? The guy in Steptoe and Son? The old guy? Eh? What's that? I was wondering if you could tell me some of the stories about Tassing? Oh! The old tales, Oh! It's been so damn long since anyone had a thought to ask me about what I know. But there's still a few of the old tales knocking about in this skull. Are there any myths from even before the Romans came to Tassing? Of course there are. The Romans weren't the first ones to live here, you know. There are spirits older than the saints that live in these woods. Older than the Romans. They protected Tassing before St. Moritz ever set a blessed foot in town. Oh. What sort of spirits? The sort that I'm getting at. Didn't your father teach you patience, Magdalene? Sorry. It's Perchta and her wild hunt that scare them evil ones away. They protected Tassing since its founding day. Long before those Romans, our ancestors roamed these mountains under a great chieftain called Rhaetus. Wait, isn't Rhaetus a Latin name? Eh? The ending on his name is the masculine singular ending common on most rough. Over Peter's head. Phew. Plenty of names end with the same letters. Doesn't mean them Latin, does it? Now, quit your yammering and listen. Folk weren't as kind as they are now, and the tribes fought one another for the best land. The old chieftain was a yellow-bellied coward who neglected the old gods. He was too proud to make offerings. Because of him, the gods favored other tribes, and Rhaetus' people had no land to call their own. Instead, they wandered through these mountains and valleys, hunting and gathering what they could to survive. One day, when winter was approaching, and winter was coming, Rhaetus went hunting and found a wounded wolf tangled in a trap. But instead of killing the beast, as most men would, he helped the beast and loosed it from its bounds. Oh. Well, why would he do that? Wolves kill livestock. Carl told me 2 of his sheep were killed by wolves last month. Pfeiffer doesn't keep after his flock well enough, then. And as for you, let me get on with the telling of it and stop being a gossip, if you want an answer. Sorry, please keep going. The old gods are keen to repay favours done, and Perchta is the goddess of the wild hunt. The wolves are her animals. She leads the wild hunt, and the wolves lead the hunts of the forest. Back in my day, 150 years ago, folk knew it was bad luck to kill a wolf. Now, I am the only one who remembers these things. Perchta saw Ratus's action and took favour on him, and told the wolf to lead the chief to her sacred spring. Ratus led his people to the spring and claimed it for his homeland, and we've been in this valley ever since. Then those goddamn Romans came and destroyed everything. But you see, there were other gods protecting this place before St. Maritz. It's why a few of us still honour Perchta. She protects us against witches and fiends. What a wonderful story. Perfect for the first part of the mural. Good, good. Nice to know I can still be of some use in this town. And what about the Romans? Do you know any Roman legends of Tassie? Roman legends? I don't bother with stories from outsiders. Or tales of gods that aren't our own. The Romans did nothing but conquer our people and destroy this town. They spent generations after generations building Tassin back up from those days. And still our traditions keep dying, with no one to carry them on. That's why I want to know, Peter. These stories need to be on the mural. The mural. Fine. But I don't know any of the old Roman shit. Oh, all right. I have a lot to think about. Thank you for sharing your stories with me, Peter. At least someone wants to listen to me. I'm tired. Talking so much has made my jaw ache. I'll leave you to rest then. God bless you, Peter. What a lovely fella. What a lovely chap. Okay. I'm going to get a drink now after old Peter there. He's got to be nearly 100, surely. Right. Il Peter told me a story about our ancestors and how they found Tassie. Ratus was a lord or a chieftain among our people. During a hunt he found a wolf. He noticed the wolf's paw was injured by a trap, spared the wolf's life, and the goddess Perchta used the wolf to guide Ratus and his people into Tassie's spring. The tribe settled in this valley and lived here until the Romans came and conquered, as Romans did. Conquered, came, saw, conquered. Yes. Right. So what have we got here? We've got some more people. Brigitte. We've got Hans and Hedy. Son of Hedy, late Johann Bauer, widow of the late Hailwig, widow of Sepp, stepson Hedy, still there. Is that everybody? We've got Martin and Simon as well. Simon Bauer, son of the late Hailwig and Sepp Hobner. I don't know half these people are. I don't know half of them, quarter of them. Who are they? Who are you? Sacristan. Right, okay, so we have spoken with Martin, got the book that we needed. We need to write to Matthew, but we can do that from our house. Il Peter we have spoken to. Black Till's grandfather. So where are we going to find Black Till? Oh, and Smoky Joe. So we've got Smoky and we've got Black Till. Where's Black Till? Is that Black Till here? It's got to be, hasn't it, that? Go right up the road in the Commons. This is the Commons, isn't it? That's the Commons Square. That's the Commons. Black Till's in the Commons. We'll go to the Commons this way. Oh, Endris. Still going strong. Hello, Magdalene. How is Klaus? Alive? That's what matters. Did you discover who attacked him? No. Whoever it was, they left no sign. Oh, terrible crime. Terrible. May God look after you both. We've had enough tragedy in this town. Has Gertrude been by to see him? I trust her over that doctor. He's not reliable. He's the most bitter man I've ever met. And he only gets worse as the years go on. He used to talk about how he was too good for Tassing, destined for greater things. Still here, though. Why is he on the council? Whatever his faults, he's still an educated man. That counts for something, I guess. How is that fair? It is as the Lord has ordained. I hope. But I shouldn't gossip. If there's anything I can do for you, let me know. I will. Thank you for your kindness, Edris. It's nothing. I owe your father more than I can say. Take care, Magdalene. It's going to be a sad day when our father pops his clogs, because clearly, Dr. Stoltz can't be wrong, can he? Let's hope he is. Let's hope he bloody well is. Right, so this is the Kreutzer house, and this is Otz. Let's check in with our future husband-to-be, shall we? Hey, Mags! Got your way with the mural, huh? I didn't expect you to convince the council like that. Oh, that's very harsh. That's very harsh. Would you take that as an offence or playful? I don't know. Just seems a bit harsh. The other two, happily. I don't know. Something about Otz, maybe. A little bit of playfulness between them, perhaps. I don't know. I'm trying to assess the situation here. You think that little of me? No! I'm impressed. The rest of the council has been arguing over the matter for so long. Even I couldn't get a word in. Then you came in and shut them up in a few minutes. We could use more women like you in the town. There are plenty of opinionated women in the town. Want to let us join the council? Well, you'd have to take that up with the Lord. Besides, I don't think any of them are as hard-headed as you. You're the exception, Magdalene. You always are. Oh, you used our full name there. Ooh. You really think so? Well, yeah. I wouldn't tell you that otherwise. You're an admirable woman. Okay, Ot's turning the charm on all of a sudden. Anyway, standing up to the council like that was great. I know I'm on the council, but sometimes it doesn't seem like I have any influence. Ox actually seems insecure about his place on the council. I could be really nasty about it, or I could be really nice about it, couldn't I? He may be an ass sometimes, but I don't like to see him upset. He's always poking fun at me too. Maybe I should remind him he's not that important after... No, come on. We're prickly, but we're not nasty. Maybe I should reassure him. Youngest member, more experience. Waste all your time with Kraft and Apollo anyway. Yeah, you need to separate yourself from those two idiots. You do that. You vouched for me to do the mirror in the first place. Which you did, so... There we go. Oh, only after your dad did. I still feel bad about that. I should have stuck up for you. Being the youngest one on the council has been harder than I thought. I know Baltas and Werner don't think I'm capable, and even Paul has warned me about being too rash. My dad died trying to make a difference in this town. All I'm trying to do is carry on his legacy, but it seems like the others won't make room for any change. Yeah, stuck in its ways, and if it tries to change, you end up dead. Get yourself out while you can. No, keep pushing, Ots. They're stuck in the past, but we're looking toward the future of Tassing while we're here, and then we're off. London. Schleichmal. Thanks, Mags. Magdalene. It'll take time, but maybe they'll listen to me eventually. Well, better get back to it. See you later, Mags. Can't help himself, can he? Just slips out. Mags. Magdalene, Mags, Magdalene. Oh, God, I've done it again. Aha! Black Till. Stoking the fire. It's cooking. It's cooking, man. God bless you, Magdalene. God bless you, Till. Do you have a moment? Of course. What do you need? What says you've been obsessed with your painting? You know what? I can't help it. Ox is just jealous I spend more time with the mural than I do with him. So, he's fond of you. Can't blame the boy. Anyway, what was it you wanted to know? I'm looking into the early history of Tassing for the first part of the mural. Mother Illuminati said your grandfather read about the history of the town. Ah, fertile fields, that is. Seemed like old pot shards and Latin trivia were all he ever talked about. All of Grandad's readings came from the Abbey's library, though, and you know what happened there. Poof! Up in smoke. So you don't have any of his old books? Only a few. Grandad tried to buy some when the Abbey fell on hard times, but they were too expensive. But I can show you something better than books. Evidence? Something like that. See, we don't have any books on the old pagans, but we do have their stuff. Shards of ceramic pots and animals, bricks from what looks to be an old forge, and mountains of salt. Even found a little bear carved from amber. Where did you find all this stuff? Ah, it's not just me. Carl finds things, Fabian too. Any farmer will tell you the same. It's all out there in the fields, under the dirt. Can't go one season without turning up something. Where are you keeping these things? Nowhere. We just toss them into piles with the rest of the rocks and root clumps. Yeah. Early archaeology. Archaeological relic. Yeah, just toss it into the bin. Yeah, what's this old bloody pot? Bloody history, pal. Get your little brushes out. Brush away delicately. Come on now. What are you doing? Ah, it's interesting, but we can't do much of anything with the stuff except look at it. What do you think it all means? I don't follow. How do you think these people lived? Rough, I'd say, but comfortable. We don't find much of their clothes or their houses, so they must have rotted. I guess that would mean they were living in huts. But their tools are good quality. If they weren't rusted, all to hell. I could probably use them today. I don't know why, but I assume they'd live in caves or in the muck. They weren't Christians, no doubt about that, but they weren't animals either. I'd say they had it hard, but they got by. Not so different from today, really. Yeah. You mentioned something about salt. Did the pagans start the mine? Had to have, I'd say. Those people think it was a Roman project, but I think the Romans just dug out what was already there. That's why Tassing was so important to the Romans in the first place. Salt. So Tassing wasn't just on the Imperial Road. They made the road come through Tassing. Do you think there's anything left of the pagans down there? I don't know, but anything they left would have to be better preserved than what we dig out of the fields. Magdalene, tell me you aren't thinking of going down there. What if there's stuff that could help me with the mural? Magdalene? That mine is hundreds of years old. You could break your neck just getting in there. Look, it's worth it for the mural. It has to be perfect. Imagine how your dad would feel if you got hurt. He doesn't have to know. You won't tell him, right? Oh, we made fun of Otto, so he's not going to help us with the mine now. Oh, for God's sake. The one time I couldn't control my tongue, it actually proved to be a pivotal moment. Never mind. I'm not lying to your father, so you can put yourself in harm's way. Now you're a clever girl, so I don't doubt you'll find a way in if you've set your mind to it. But I can't help you, Magda. It'd break your father's heart if something happened to you. Look, oh, it's fine, I understand. Good. This pagan history isn't what I expected. The past never is. You think all this pagan stuff will make it into the mural? I can bring some of the things the boys and I have found over to the rat house tomorrow if that'll help. Yeah, that would be great. Ah, glad you're taking an interest. I thought no one cared about the pagans, but me and Grandad. I should warn you though, if you do head into the forest, keep an eye out for the Lord's men. They're strict, worse now than they used to be. I'll be careful. Until tomorrow. Until then. Blacktill stories. Blacktill told me that farmers in Tassing have found all sorts of tools and fragments of pottery from our pagan ancestors who once lived here. He said that he can bring them by the rat house if I want to illustrate them into the mural. It would make for a spectacular scene, but maybe just showing how our ancestors once lived would be a good thing. Okay. So the only thing we've got left to do, by the looks of this, is Smoky. Smoky. There's Eva. Hello, Eva. Magda, darling. Otts isn't here, I'm afraid. Oh, that's all right. I can find him later if I need to. Oh, I think he wandered off towards the rat house. Something about the council. But if you ask me, I think he's looking for you. Yes. Sweet of him. Isn't it just? He seems to have been dropping by the rat house more often as of late. He's quite fond of you. I'm surprised he has any time to visit, though. He's always working on town council business these days. And he's still working at mastering carpentry, too. I suggested a few years ago that he take up an apprenticeship, but he was determined to remain in Tassing. I think he's more comfortable here, even if that means he'll never be the craftsman Otto was. I helped him how I can, but there's only so much I know how to do. Besides, I think he feels like he's taking care of me, instead of the other way around. Funny how time does that, isn't it just? You go full circle, you know what I mean? Right. I think Dad misses Mom, even after all these years. Do you ever miss Otto? Every day. I see him in the little things Otto does. The way he smiles, or how he laughs. I miss my husband, but I'm proud of Otto. He's growing into a capable young man. I'm excited to see him grow into a husband and father. He'll make a wonderful partner. Yes. Whoever he marries will be a lucky one. It's about that time to start finding a match, too. Endris is a good man, but it's a shame the Lord never blessed him with a wife. I'd rather Otts not be in the same position. Better to marry earlier while he can raise a family. Anyway, I'm sure you have things to do. I'll let you get back to them. Always good to see you, Magda. You too, Eva. And who's this little thing? Little Christina. Brrr. Hi. Oh, she can talk. Hi, Magda. She's not that young. She does more than burble and gurgle, apparently. Hello, Christina. What are you doing today? Helping Mum. Otts is right. You're really pretty. He said that? Yeah, I heard him and Craft. Oh, I see. Hee. Don't tell, it's a secret. Oh, I'll keep it secret. You're funny, Magda. Out of the mouth of babes, I believe the saying is. Out of the mouth of babes. Never tell a secret to a child. Otherwise he's screwed. Right. So we'll go to we'll go to Mr. Smokehouse, and then that will be it for today's session. A lot of reading, and my throat is beginning to give way. But I think this is the last piece of information that we need before we can make a start on the mural. So starting the mural in the next session will be perfect. So let's get to the meadow. Oh no, to the forest actually. And let's speak with Mr. Smokey. Oh, Vaxlav and Smokey. Who's Vaxlav? Who is it? Oh, who is this fella? We've got some plants there as well. Good day, Mistress Duckerin. I've told you, Smokey. Call me Magdalene. Old habits, I suppose. What brings you to my corner of the woods? More gossip? Only ancient gossip. I was wondering if you knew anything about the old pagan and Roman mines. Mines? Is this a new interest of yours, Magdalene? I don't see the townsfolk trek out there as much anymore. Last I saw were those two twins making trouble. They know a way in, but I'll be damned if I ever set foot close to that place. What are you so interested in over there? The mural in the rat house needs a section about the earliest days of Tassing. The mines are the oldest part of Tassing, and you keep a keen ear. I thought you might have heard something. Oh, I don't know about getting down into the mines, but I do know a fair few stories about them and the other Roman ruins around here. Those stories my father used to tell me when he was the burner of Tassing. The one about Mars and Tassing. Nymph was always my favourite, though. I blame that on my youth. Tassia? Like Tassing? Folk named the town after a pagan god. A Roman one at that. I don't mind telling you the tale, Magdalene, but I warn you, it's a bit bawdy. Oh, count me curious. I won't be scandalising you. Can't have your father hounding me for any coarseness. Anyway, but I'll tell you the decent bits of what I remember. Oh, all right. Go on then. Well, legend says that Mars was hunting in these woods and spied a fat boar for the taking. He just pulled back his spear when he heard a woman scream in terror. Of course, the creature ran off, and the god was angry at the loss of his quarry. So he tramped through the woods to see why a woman was in the forest, and not in the local town. Why would a god be hunting in Tassing's forest? How should I know? Maybe he just wanted a brisk walk. Besides, why should anything the gods do make sense? These were the old days, when spirits and ghosts prowled. What do you mean, prowled? Prowl? You know, like spirits and other evil things do. I can't just say they walked through the woods like you or me. They prowled. Oh, all right, keep going. So, Mars found a nymph, Tassia, bathing in a spring with a fat, ugly satyr goading her from the shore. Enraged at seeing the trapped nymph, Mars transformed into a wolf and slew the satyr. And in return, well, Tassia bathed the god. They bathed. Yes. I did warn you, Magdalene. Anyway, when Mars left the pool, he dripped onto the ground and it blossomed with flowers and crops. They say that's why this valley is so fertile. We've been growing crops here for generations. People would want a reason for that, even if it was the gods. Whatever the reason, Tassing's been blessed with fertile ground for hundreds of years. So much of what the Romans left behind was destroyed over the years, but I like that we still have these tales. You can never really destroy stories, as long as there are people to tell them. Of course, the Romans left a hell of a lot behind too. The town is more Roman than Bavarian, really. Well, we are a part of the Holy Roman Empire after all, I suppose. Haha, that we are, and not for a lack of trying. Tassing is actually much smaller now than it was in the Romans' days, at least. Apologies about that there, so I'm coming down the wrong hole. Tassing is actually much smaller now than it was in the Romans' days. At least that's what I make of it. The ruins go deep into the forest and all the way to the old mine. Half of Tassing is built on Roman stone. Take a walk around town and you start noticing things. We used their stone to build. The old temple by Satia's shrine has grown over, but the aqueduct runs for miles. Even the abbey used to be an old Roman fort. You can see some of the Roman pavestones under the road if you look hard. We may not be Roman, but this town is. Tassing has been building upon itself for hundreds of years. What a beautiful idea. This is not uncommon, of course. This is true. Building upon, building upon, building upon. That's the way of things. Most people don't notice the old stones. Too busy in town to notice what's right in front of their eyes. Maybe I should go take a look at the mine and get a better sense of what things were actually like. Nothing will stop you, I see. Well, I won't either. Just keep an eye for any wolves or satyrs you might see down there, eh? I'll let you know if I see any. Thanks for your help. Good luck, Magdalene. Be safe. Nice to see some green plants. So who's this Vaxlav fella? Hello. Is there something I can do for you? Knives need sharpening? I'm Magdalene Druckerin. Are you a friend of Smokey's? I'd like to think so. I'm Vaxlav. I'm a tinker. Oh, we could have been a tinker, couldn't we? Travel around and help people out with sharpening knives, little things like that. Druckerin, are you a printer's daughter? I am. My father is a printer. In fact, we're both printers. Do you sample the wares much? Yes, as often as I can. Vaxlav, don't. You're going to get in trouble again. Trouble? What's he talking about? Nothing. Ignore him. Nothing? This one can't help but talk to people about all of the strange things he believes. He reads all sorts of books, talks to odd folks, gets ideas brewing in his head. Now that doesn't bother old Smokey, no. Bothers some other people a whole lot. Who? Priests. Some people with limited imagination. Inquisitors? 2 inquisitors. No need to overstate the danger. Do I want to know what happened? Yeah. A long time ago, I got into an argument with some people in town, he told Father Thomas. To his credit, he told them to let it go, but somehow an inquisitor found out. Anyway, I had to leave for a while. So, books, strange ideas? Yes, the host, the Eucharist, the bread and wine, body and blood of Christ. Holy Communion, what about it? More and more people are writing about rejecting transubstantiation. The idea that the bread and wine of the Eucharist literally becomes the body and blood of Christ. Oh, here we go. Yes? Well, there are two ways to look at it. The first is on the grounds that Wycliffe and Huss rejected it. Using our eyes and our senses, there is nothing perceptible with changes in character of the bread and the wine. Doesn't mean it hasn't actually changed, though. But that brings me to the second point. Even if the bread and wine turn to Christ's body and blood, why is that necessary for spiritual communion? We are bound by flesh, attempting to reunite with the light of God through the Eucharist. The act, the observance, unites our will with that of Christ. God, He is present in us through the remembrance, not the physical act. Are you following this, Smokey? Oh, absolutely not. And that's what I'll say if any inquisitors come around. Are you ready to hear why it's important to disbelieve in transubstantiation? Sure, why not? I'll admit I hoped for some more enthusiasm regarding the fate of our souls, but all right. This all starts with Lucifer creating the world. Excuse me? God was the Word, and the Word was truth, and truth is light. The light is God's will. God's light contains aspects, what we consider angels, facets of his infinite intellect. One of these aspects separated itself from his intellect and manifested in the darkness was the corrupt will of Lucifer. By what power could a portion of God's will separate from the whole? The will moves itself. God's intellect, being infinite, also contained the capacity to transcend the infinite, to exist outside of the boundaries of infinite light. The corrupt will brought into being an equally infinite darkness. Within that darkness, Lucifer cast his false light on a corrupted imitation of the divine intellect to create the world. All material in our world is inherently a corrupted manifestation of that false light. We still have a connection to God through our intellect, but it is flawed by existing in our physical bodies. So Genesis is wrong. There are many stories of creation, many versions even of Genesis. Why is it you believe yours is the correct one? You believe the one your church has given you. Maybe if you were given another, you would have believed that instead. What the hell are we getting into a debate about here? Was Jesus flawed by being a man even though he was born of a virgin? He was not born of a virgin. Oh, I'm not hearing any of this. And it would not matter if he were. Lucifer was a rebellious splinter of God's will. The Christ appeared when God willed his divine intellect into Jesus. But you said physical bodies were all corrupt. Yes, but while we are the heirs of Lucifer's rebellious intellect, Christ received wisdom from the light of God himself. He did truly die and was truly resurrected in body. But his reappearance was only important for him to convey the message of salvation to the people. In truth, resurrection is always happening, since if we die without grace, our souls are condemned to be reborn. This physical world is the only hell we know. Living again and again, the only torment. I think that's a sad way to look at life. Maybe, but it is how I see it. In 5 years, I may see it another way. Anyway, thank you for indulging me, Magdalene. It was illuminating. Until later. Until then. What the flip-flop just happened there? What in all the flippity-flopness was he rambling on about? I mean, Magdalene was well into it. She likes a bit of empirical mind bantering, sparring. She loves it. Bit of theological debate. She was all over it. Me? What the flippin' are you talking about, Vaxlav? I've not got a clue. Good job she does. Right, anyway. Goodness. Apollo, what are you doing here? Hey, Magdalene! What are you doing? Looking for frogs. Artemis says she saw one the other day. And we're trying to collect a bunch. Frogs don't come out this time of year. How do you know? Artemis said she saw one. I picture as prickly, but because it's painful for me to be prickly. He's just he seems harmless enough. It's when he gets antsy, we'll get antsy. They don't. Hildegard says they're cold and wet creatures. They won't be out in autumn. Actually. Huh? Maybe that's why I only have one. Anyway, what do you need the frogs for? Like, I'll tell you, you'll snitch. I won't. Yeah, right. Sorry, Mags. I'm not telling. You'll just have to wait and see. Or ask Artemis, maybe she'll tell you. Fine, I'll go talk to your sister. Be careful. You've already had to go to confession this year. Oh, we know. The Great Frog Plague of 1543. Oh my god, we picked up an... Artemis and Apollo are up to something. It requires them to capture a bunch of frogs. What are they up to? I have not got the foggiest clue. Right, we have spoken to everybody, but there is one thing left for us to do, and that is to visit the salt mine, apparently. So we'll get ourselves ready. I don't know where Artemis is going to be. Maybe visit the salt mine. A pig out here? What's a pig doing out here? It must walk out of its pen. I wonder who it belongs to. Here, piggy, piggy. Oh, for folly. Oh, they're so beautiful. Mugwort, useful for cold and fever. Right, where's Artemis? She's not here. Where's Artemis? I want to know what's going on with the frogs. Artemis, where are you? Where are you? See up here? Artemis. Oh, there she is, look. Hey, Magdalene! Hey Artemis, Apollo said you're catching frogs. Yeah. What about it? You told me to come ask you why. You wouldn't say anything. He didn't tell you? Christ, finally, he's learned to keep his mouth shut. Oh, come on, just tell me. No way! This is our biggest trick yet. We're not risking it to tell you. You'll just have to wait and see. Oh, for God's sake. What are they the two practical jokers of the town, are they? I ain't got time for your nonsense, alright? I've got things to do, murals to paint, important business here. Right, here we are, old salt mine, mine shaft. If I want to depict the mural as accurately as possible, I'll have to go down the shaft myself. The entrance is so steep. No one's used it in years. There must be some way to get down there. Climb down. Baltas might have some tools. Apollo and Artemis. Nah, Baltas probably the safest option, right? Who's Baltas again? Oh yes, the inventor. He'll definitely have tools. I'll have to come back later when I've got tools. Into the mines is our next quest. I should find a way down into the salt mines. The people who used to work it may have left something behind. I need some tools. And Baltas has tools. Apollo and Artemis could also get down there. But they're not telling me about the frogs, so I'm not speaking to them. So there you go. Right, there you go, folks. It's just on 10 o'clock on the dot, actually, which is perfect timing. So, yes, we have got work to do. We are gathering information and evidence for the mural that we are painting for our father, who is slowly dying, according to Dr. Stoltz. Do we believe him? Not so sure. Probably will die, because that's the nature of things. People die around here whenever we're in control of anybody, whether it's Marla, whether it's Magdalene. People die, it seems. So, yes, in the next session, which maybe a stream before football on Wednesday, we'll continue on to see how she gets on with the mural. But yeah, I mean, she's a lovely lady, is old Magdalene, but she's no Marla, is she? She's no Marla, bless her. But she's not started a painting yet, so she might be pretty good. But yes, we'll see how things develop. Her relationship with Otts. See whether she's going to warm to him. She can't make her mind up at the minute. But anyway, go forth, folks. Enjoy the rest of your Monday evenings or afternoons, wherever you are. Thanks for joining me for more Pentiment. Tomorrow will be a recorded session of Suzerain. Some more of this potentially on Wednesday. And then, of course, Thursday. Put in your calendars, folks. Happy Halloween. We're starting the quarry. Oh, yes. Horror game. Once again. I bring it forth maybe once a year, once every 2 years, but, you know, you guys force me into playing horror games. And it's happening on Thursday for your viewing pleasure. So, yeah, bring your Halloween treats with you. Let's hunker down and let's see what the quarry has to bring. But anyway, have a good one, folks. And until next time, I shall see you soon.